So we went back to the tavern, and our friend Lark took us on and I'm going to put some quotes around this, magical shopping spree in a land far, far away. We found these hallway of doors first, and then they took us to this like, I think he said it was a ski resort of some kind, magic ski resort or some shit like that. I don't know. We got some new threads. We all bathed. God knows Dork needed it. And then we ate some furky stew, I think. Furky chili, some shit like that. And after spending a night there, we made it back to Dunehold.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Theo doesn't strike me as a man of many words when writing. Not that he can't write, but
he just needs to write down what it is he needs to know to remember what happened.
A minimalist writer would be good. Yeah.
Yes. So we're back at the tavern.
Wait, like the tavern
Yep,
tavern
we're
or the tavern
we're
in
looking-
Dunehold?
We're looking.
Okay.
Dunehold.
We're looking super fly. Well, some of us more than others.
We're not wearing our clothes yet.
Yeah.
Yet. We still have a whole night.
Joke's on you. Guys always fly.
Oh, I thought we went to sleep in the cabin in the woods.
I'm sorry.
Yes, and when we got back, it was still night.
I'm sorry. I lied.
Well-
Guy doesn't have the fly spell prepared yet.
It would have been, when you get back, it would have been heading towards morning.
Okay.
So a little bit of time has passed, not much.
Is it almost lunchtime?
No, it's morning time. Creeping up on sunrise.
All right. We'll do light breakfasts and then head to the Royal District. I am not putting my clothes on until after we get there, because I do not want them to get dirty.
That sounds like a good idea.
This place is
Sometimes the
disgusting.
sausages can be a little bit juicy. Squirt everywhere.
Why do you talk like you do?
He grew up in a monastery. What do you expect?
He's gonna get us in trouble with the.
I didn't go to jail when I was by myself.
Yeah, but you also didn't eat in front of nobility.
If we're being completely honest here, I have no formal manners. You're a cleric, so you have some, and you went to a formal magic school. You should have the most.
I also have a sort of kind of royal ancestor who can coach me if I'm doing something wrong. Although, pointedly looks towards him, your customs might be a little out of date.
I'm sure which fork to use hasn't changed that much since he was here.
I think you'd be surprised.
You'd hear in your head,
So
Guy, you'd hear in your head, class never changes.
So tempted to ask him something, but I don't want to piss the ghost off and get cursed.
Well, I'm just
especially right now.
I'm just proud of. I and Guy are proud of Dork for not bringing up second breakfast for the first time ever when talking about breakfast. And Guy in the same sentence.
He had a spa day. He's feeling nice.
Wow, it turns out exfoliating can cure racism.
It's like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
Guy,
Yeah?
there's going to be a lot of high-level magic users and mages and wizards and shit here. At very least one. Looks in the general direction of where Guy was looking when he would look towards the ancestor. Be careful, because most magic users from what I know can see ghosts, or at least detect their presence.
Yeah, but he's not like a proper ghost. I did the spell a little weird.
He's a poltergeist, and he's a powerful poltergeist, and we love him. But you really don't.
I
want to
thought
lose
we
him.
weren't supposed to use magic inside the city.
I'm not using magic and set. It's a continuous effect that is separate from my own magic.
No, not you. Them.
Oh, well,
It's their city.
yeah. Dork,
Well, that's bullshit.
did I ever tell you how I feel about taxes? And the fact that not all rules apply to everyone.
I mean, you did mention it on one of our walks one time about how taxes were the devil. All that.
No. Taxes are fine when they work. I just wish they would have fixed that damn pothole. I feel like a lot of people could relate.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, I can give you all a crash course on the soup spoon and the seafood fork and all that.
I'm just hoping they have sandwiches because I don't eat any of that if we have sandwiches.
I mean, it's lunch.
well,
I wouldn't expect it to
All
be
right,
some
well,
big to do. I mean,
Well, Doric, they're rich people. Stating that.
Every
I've
meal's a
met
big
rich
to-do.
people.
Yeah.
They visited the temple all the time for
Well, stating
various
that
ailments and issues, and just to come and bask in the glory of the temple.
I'll also let you know ahead of time that from what little experience I have with the truly fancy folk, there's 2 types of meals and 2 types given by fancy folk. There is ones that taste really, really good, and then there's ones that have really, really taste. They're either went for flavor or they put all the flavor in because they're like, look how fancy I am. I can afford all the pepper.
I mean,
Not important.
So like orcs.
Oh yeah, kind of. Sometimes people just think it's fancy because it's good and it's expensive ingredients, and other people are like, I'm just gonna make it taste good. I wonder what kind these people are. Do you think they're a lot of spice, or do you think they're like well-used
This
spice
is
type of
the
people?
Elven capital.
I don't think elves
Yeah.
like spicy food.
I'm not really. I was trying not to be like racist of any kind, but the elves that I know are very good cooks. So
I didn't say it wasn't good. I just said they don't like heat. I realize they live near a desert, but that's the different kind of heat.
Dork. What I was saying was not necessarily that they'd use a lot of spice. I'm saying that some people think price makes everything better. But sometimes a lampshade's just a lampshade.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So that's just something my grandpa used to say.
Eats
Sometimes
his, ooh, what kind of jam does this city have? Because he's getting toast again.
cactus jam.
I was like, it's got to be a cactus berry. It's aloe.
Yo, cactus fruit
It's
jam
delicious.
sounds awesome.
It is delicious.
What about wait? What about agave preserves?
I mean, yeah, agave, cactus. All right, so I would say for your breakfast today, you actually would notice that it's more of it's basically just a variety of different fruits today. They don't have their breads or anything out today.
Okay, that's fine.
And when you go down, the person running the counter downstairs will just be like, "It's fruit morning today because it's supposed to be really hot, so you want to eat light."
This isn't one of the people that I annoyed, is it? Like, I was behaving
They're
in
all-
this tavern earlier, right?
No, this is the same tavern we were in with the halflings.
This is
You
still the
annoyed
halfling.
all of them.
This is still the halfling tavern.
Yes, this is still the halfling tavern.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm-
Who got chosen by cats this morning?
Let's see. Who was chosen by cats? I need to roll a die.
Oh man,
Listen, canonically, it cannot be Doric.
he sleeps naked. Oh, he didn't sleep naked this time. He had underwear on.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
and I have
loud.
the duvet. Oh
The
man,
duvet,
he private rolled it. Damn it.
Also, before we go to bed the night before, Guy would have warned the group that I apologize ahead of time, but I believe my loud friend is going to come out dressed as some sort of lizard man. Just to let you know.
So the cats chose Doric for the role.
Yes.
No.
So I think
Nice.
Doric would have woke up with like a cat on his face to try to make him quit snoring,
Is he allergic?
and then another cat like on his stomach rising and falling as he breathed.
Oh my lord.
Because cats love to do that.
So
Yes,
they're
they
trying
do.
to kill him.
Maybe,
They're trying to smother him.
slightly, maybe,
There-
possibly. Who knows?
You yelled at the human and also started my nap time.
She's like waving my hand to get it off of my face. Blowing cat hair out of his mouth. I'm sorry, Tex. I probably peeked the hell out of that mic.
Did
sorry.
Doric have that nightmare where his beard ate his face
It's
again?
fine.
And the cats like jump out of the bed and hiss at you and then run away.
Nobody invited you to sit
Elfie.
on my face, kitty cat.
Oh my god.
Tech, shut up. Moving on.
And so with that nice waking, we go down, fully dressed and everything as I ought.
I can't find the thing I wanted to say, sadly, but yes, that's a good one too.
Crazy.
That's definitely a phrasing moment.
I kept it edited, sort of.
You kept it PG for the most part.
Yeah.
That's why it's just phrasing, because it's close, but not quite.
All right. Theo's just wearing his normal clothes for now.
Yeah, I will too. Like I said, in case the sausages squirt.
There's no sausage. It's fruit this morning.
Oh, it is fruit. That's
That's
right.
fruits.
I mean, a juicy peach. Do they have any peaches? No, it's all cactus kind
No,
of
it's
stuff.
it's all deserty fruits. It's like they basically give you a bowl of fruit for the morning.
Ooh, guava. Here you go.
Is
And
That's
is there anybody else down here this morning?
there is a couple people in the establishment.
Is the Leshy back?
I will know.
The Leshy
She's
was
not
the
back.
last town.
Damn it! Why can I not keep these places straight?
But we went over the mountain and through the woods to this sand place.
You would see at another table here in the establishment, there is a table of my brain just disconnected the process of my thoughts. It's been a day.
Well, we all have a timeshare on Squirrel Island next to the
It's
chicken
not
of
even-
the sea.
It's not even a Squirrel Island moment. It's my brain just literally mid-sentence just off. It's like, what the?
Jake and I were talking about that kind of stuff happening earlier.
That could be our episode name, Distracted Dinner Guests, except it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime. Yes, and there is a table in the establishment that is there's a group of people at this other table here, and based on their clothes, they are also travelers on the road. There is there's two humans, though one looks a little bit extra human, like
Well, like two humans in a trench coat pretending to be a Goliath.
No. You actually would probably have the best chance of being able to know what they are, their guy, if you give me a what's the roll?
Society.
These doppelgangers?
No, a
Is it-
society roll.
I called it. Called my shot.
Coming in.
Yeah, I saw that too, Tex. I know exactly what you're laughing at. For those of you at home, Agrad typed thick orc woman with like 7 C's in the private chat.
Listen, guy needs a muscle model, okay?
You can start
Tex.
having muscle milk for your second breakfast.
Agrad, these are all sentences that didn't need to be said today, but you said them anyway. Congratulations. I am now taking a level of exhaustion as a player.
I hope it burns.
What's your
you.
sign
And I rolled a
roll?
dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
It's 16 plus 4, my friend.
So your dirty 20, you would recognize one of the humans as being a, I believe it's an Afridi.
What?
An Afridi, they're
Are they
kind
the
of like
the fire folk?
yeah, they're touched by the plane of elemental fire.
Like their paw might have been Ifrit.
Yes,
Okay.
They're
Cool.
some kind of version of that.
somewhere along the ancestry there, they
Are
have.
they the Pathfinder's version of?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that term's copyright.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh no, that is very
don't
that
worry
is
about
very copyright. Okay.
Yeah. Don't even.
Yep.
Don't even.
Yep. Got it.
But there's one of them. There's one that's definitely a full human, and then there's a orc male at the table. Very clearly orc male.
Theo, not Theo. Doric would like to roll to make sure he can realize that is a male orc.
If you fail this, then I don't know what to tell you.
You know what?
I think
I'm gonna grab my worst
D20. Your worst D. Give
The
me
big one?
Yep.
Give me a double serving of your
And
worst D20,
gentlemen,
please, Garcon.
that is a natural 1.
Good God. Hey, are you about to try to hook me up with an orc daddy?
I think actually, because you rolled so poorly, this orc is massive.
I'm intimidated by this orc.
Yes, and you probably think this orc might be a troll or something larger.
You don't even think he's an orc anymore.
Yeah, you don't even think it's an orc anymore. This guy is massive.
How do you feel about?
Why is there a massive
How do you feel about
troll
trolling?
I feel like I'm being trolled.
Theo's just like that's just an orc guy.
Is he one of your cousins? Do you know him?
Dork, I wish I had a spell right now that
You know what? Because of the fact that these are adventurers, there's very little chance of it being one of the mercenaries from one of the tribes. Theo's just like, I highly doubt it.
Wait, Silver. I
Yes.
request that Tex has to roll because I'm hoping beyond hope that this is a moment of like, I don't know all orcs. Yes, I know this orc, but not because I know all orcs. moment.
I will tell you there, Theo, based on the tattoos on the orc, he does not bear any of the tribal markings from your mountains.
I was trying to like add that a little bit. It was like I don't know all the orcs. Damn it!
Okay, but how hilarious would it have been if you rolled like a natural 20 and it turned out to be one of your dad's?
That'd be weird.
It would be
one
weird.
of my dads is a beardless dwarf, and the other one is an orc.
Yeah.
So
it could
And
only
the orc-
be one of them.
and the orc is not a very large orc, man.
No,
He's kind of old and
very old and frail Master Jim Smith.
Does that matter to Doric?
I'm too scared. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna bet dollars. Is it dollars to donuts? Is that what people say? I'm gonna bet money that when Doric finally meets Papa Theo, he's gonna be like, "That's a tall goblin."
So the last two remaining people of the group, one is a male elf, and then somebody that would be smaller than your smallest member.
Is it gnome?
There's a kobold.
No,
Is it gnome?
no,
Is it a pixie?
that'd be a sprite.
yeah.
I was close. Same genus, different species.
Sorry.
The varied races don't even bother Theo. I've seen all kinds.
I rolled a die to see how many people were in the tavern with you, and that's what I rolled. So, and based on their conversation, they're kind of like divvying up gold, so they're definitely a group that's traveling together. That's all I got for that.
Right. So
I would like to test my cursedness real quick. and go approach this group just to say good morning and ask how they're doing and how their latest adventure was.
Okay, give me your diplomacy for your making an impression.
Oh dear God, please let this pay me.
If
This was
gets
you
an-
said diplomacy, right?
It's a diplomacy for an impression.
Use your best D20. If he gets a nat 1, is he cursed again?
No, I rolled. Oh God, 9.
So I would say that's a
Am I just socially awkward?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm myself.
Awkward.
You go to say good morning. How was your adventure? And you realize you walked up behind the orc, and he turns around. You're just like,
Oh
how
shit!
was your adventure?
How was your
trailed
sorry?
out.
I thought that was a
To
giant.
back.
He turns around, clutching his chest like he's grabbing pearls. Oh my God! Just walks away.
Who are you? Why are you sitting at our table? Quick, Theo, let's pretend we don't know him.
Why?
Yeah.
Was the
You're-
orc probably laughing?
Okay, I have
Probably
good
pretty
news.
proud. He thought I was a giant.
I didn't hear anything embarrassing, so I do think that curse is completely removed now.
Doric, I got bad news. I think everybody else did.
I'm pretty sure we saw the most embarrassing thing ever. A grown man be afraid of another grown man.
Well, listen, all right. Well, I've been afraid of grown men before too.
That's because a child is bigger than you.
That's racist.
No, it's just that.
But not wrong.
Listen. All right, I was talking about when Uncle Jerry used to get drunk and play with fire. That man is a force of nature.
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
Today is going to be a long day.
Yeah. So you have your fruits, and you realize based on where the sun is in the sky that you need to get moving to get to the castle district.
Yep.
You head out of the tavern, make your way up to the station, get on your train, and you are cruising through the city. This today, I mean, you can feel the heat as soon as you leave the tavern. It's just a very hot morning. And based on the sounds of the wind chimes, it's there is a pretty good breeze. It's not like a dangerous breeze, but you can hear the wind chimes ringing everywhere you kind of go. But it's that hot, dry, slightly sandy breeze, so it's not pleasant on an already hot morning.
What what level of royalty is this? Is it kings, duchess? Those are the only two I can think of off the bat that we're visiting.
It's the head of this country.
So is it a president, king?
I'm going to assume it's the king and the council, because I think this is a council state.
You can give me a society check.
Society, yeah, I'm not great at those. I just remember what you have told us before.
I mean, you've been here before, so your DC's easier.
16.
Okay,
That's not
okay.
bad for a flat number.
Nope. So you would know that the reigning monarch of Laro is King Bartholomew. He's the current king of the kingdom. You also know, based on having been in the city before and some of the stuff that your father would told you as you were traveling through here, the actual monarchy of Laro was established. It's believed that the monarchy of Laro was established before the spires fell, so they are a very ancient family.
So
And it's always been in one family's control.
you just answered my question.
Yeah, it's always been in one family's control.
So his name is Bartholomew
Delaro.
Delaro. Okay, I misheard you. Sorry.
Yeah, Laro is the country.
Gotcha.
It's the Delaro family that leads the country.
Got it. Okay.
As far as I know, there's going to be a high-ranking wizard or mage of some kind there too, right, guys? That's what the guy said that we talked to. Really friendly guy, surprisingly, for a bureaucrat.
Well, we weren't causing problems, which definitely helps.
Valid.
Don't tell a bureaucrat he's a friendly guy. That won't end well.
You tell them they're reasonable, but don't tell them they're friendly.
Yeah, so as you head through the city, you have to stop at a couple different districts. People board and leave the train, and then you get to the actual castle district itself. And by this point, you're getting closer to the midday where the heat has just been ratcheting up the entire time. You make it to the castle, and there are the guards that you've seen in the outfits. They do not look like standard LaRossi soldiers. They actually have their gear seems to be a step up, so they're probably the personal guard of the Delaro family. And they say, and one of them stops you at the gates there and says, "Do you have an appointment?"
Dork immediately bows.
Yes. What are you bowing to? They're the same rank as us. Here. Hands him his paper. Hands him the paperwork. We're here for this appointment right here.
So he takes it, looks it over, he says, "Okay, paperwork's in order. Do you need somewhere to change?"
Yes, sir.
All right. If you will follow me, he'll say as he hands you back the appointment paperwork.
Puts it in his pocket.
So he's going to lead you in through one of the side doors of the castle. When you go in, you have... The castle is this... Actually, when you first step into this castle, you'd think, based on the exterior and all the stone buildings around, you'd think it's going to be just a big stone building. When you step inside the doors, it's actually there's actually wood on the walls. There's wood to the walls. There's this really nice tile in the floor. It's a very light color, and you actually kind of feel like it's slightly cooler in here once you step through the doors.
So there's tile from the windows to the walls?
No.
God damn it.
And I'm very hot and
I knew it was
sweaty.
coming.
No.
Like, it may be dripping down.
Nope.
That's enough.
You will stop right there.
Boy, howdy. Okay. All right.
Continue.
Yeah, so as you walk through...
Wait, but I do have another question. When we walk in,
Uh-huh.
is it like when it's hot outside and you walk into the grocery store and the AC's on and you're like, oh, thank God.
No, it's... If you've ever been in a lot of the really warm places, they typically when you step inside one of the buildings, there's always the materials they build the building out of makes the building feel cooler than the outside.
Oh,
So that's what this castle is constructed.
that is
So it-
interesting, but I also want to let the audience know I actively avoid places that are hot like that. Because my personal motto is that if you're cold, you can always put on more clothes, but if you're hot, the opposite will get you arrested.
Very true.
I mean, it's close to mine. You can always add more layers, but you can only take so much off before the police get involved.
Or a murder.
So the building just has this much cooler feel to it. It's shady. There's actually a little bit of air moving around through the building. So it definitely feels much more pleasant inside the building, but it's still warm.
I think as we're walking, Theo will ask the guard, what is the policy on weapons? And if we can't take them in there, where is a place I can store mine safely?
Well,
I mean, he looks like he has no weapons on him whatsoever.
You can leave your weapons in the apartments that we take you to for your changing, and you can pick them up when you leave.
So, real quick, with that magic ring, we can't see the weapons and armor and stuff like that. Do we hear him clanking just as he walks, though?
No, it makes it so they're perfectly hidden.
Okay.
But somebody could check him for weapons and find them, but they can't just cursory
According
look.
to what it says, if you know the weapons are there, they're not invisible.
Okay, so yeah, if they know exactly what weapons you have and where you keep them, they know where they can
Gotcha.
see them. But
I was just curious.
I have a question, just for curiosity's sake. This ring that hides weapons and armor, would it hide the bookbinding?
no,
Okay.
it's technically not a weapon.
Yeah.
It's an improvised weapon at best.
I mean, for now. Till we get that thing silvered.
So as you're walking through, there's the standard, like showy rooms. All the colors in here for the very tan, very kind of deserty feel outside. It's just colors everywhere inside this building. There's flowing tapestries. There's flowing murals on the walls. And based on as you're going through, you can see that there's so many different styles throughout. So it's definitely very clear that this building has stood for a very, very long time. And going through a couple different spots there. There's like a study area. There's a couple of guard stations as you pass past. And he takes you to a set. There's a back sort of area where he takes you back around there. There's a bunch of doors, and he says, the first door here at the corner is the one you may use, and we'll check you for weapons before we go to the lunch. And he'll just kind of stand there and wait for you to enter and change and do whatever you need to do. There is like a area to wash as well, because it's hot and sweaty and gross. So
That was about to be my next question. I was like, am I going to... Because I could prestidigitate myself clean, but I'm not sure if that's cool.
Yeah, you step inside the room, and the room is about as large as... So the main room is about as large as your two tavern rooms if they put them into one room. That's the main room. There's like a little sitting area. There is a desk in the one corner, and there's like a large bed, and then there's like a little side room that has a bathroom in there to clean up.
Lays out very neatly on the bed all of his weapons, one at a time. If the guard is watching, he's probably freaking out.
They just keep coming.
I don't know. I think the guards kind of got one of those expressions like, "Yeah, seen it before."
Do caltrops count as a weapon?
Where is he keeping all these things?
Switches over to his fancy clothes, lays his normal clothes out, or shakes them off, takes all the dust off of them, folds them, puts them down. Make sure his armor's shooken off and laid down with his stuff. Shakes off his scarf, puts it back on. Alright, I'm ready.
Dort
wait.
doesn't want
Cleans his
to
face.
fully bathe since his beard is as immaculate as it's going to get. It doesn't want to get it wet. So he's going to prestidigitate himself to get himself clean after he's like derobed and everything to get himself nice. And then put on the nice clothes.
Face, wets hair, pulls it back into the ponytail. Alright, he's good to go.
Hey, Algrad, what do those nice clothes look like again?
So basically, I'm going to go with a purple French. Not French. Was it French? Yeah, purple satin with white lace, Barney-esque color scheme with a large purple peak hat to go with it.
I thought it was like a lizard head. Like you straight up went with like
Oh no, that's right. It was supposed to actually look like Barney's head. Yeah. So yeah, it's got like a no. That's it. It is a lizard head on top that has been dyed to match the rest of the outfit.
Like, is it a real lizard's head, or is it designed to look like a lizard
Designed
head?
to look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember the whole joke about how hats actually used to have like a whole owl on it.
Yep. No, it's designed to look like that.
Are you really going to wear that hat
Dork
to a lunch with the king?
Dork looks up at the confusion on his face. It's fancy.
Even I know it's rude to wear a hat indoors.
Ah. Good call, Theo. He gently removes the hat from his head and sets it down, dusts it off, and says, "Okay, I'm ready."
Well, why is it rude to wear a hat indoors?
Inside, Dork is crying because he doesn't get to wear his hat.
Let's be honest. He's probably carrying it with him.
No, he's trying not to go to jail still. That is his mantra
I mean,
now.
it's probably not a jailable offense, but like it's kind of rude.
His marching orders of the day: do not go to jail.
The rule has carried over. It's just understood that's the rule in this town. Don't go to jail.
Do not go to jail. Do not collect $200.
I don't think
And that's
Theo
as far
would
as
mind if I collected $200. I mean, as long as it was legally obtained.
So first of all, Theo, you got the wrong idea about Theo. Money is money. Doesn't give a shit if it's legally or illegally obtained. He's a mercenary through and through. Money,
I just
money.
go ill-gotten gains means jail.
I mean, there's a limit. Like, we're not gonna rob old people unless they deserve it.
Yeah, not going to go to
Go.
Did you say we're not gonna murder
elderly
Wait.
murder
Hold
hobo.
on. No.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Because what I heard was we're not gonna go rob himbos.
I heard murder himbo, and my brain just like that's hilarious. I have figured out
it was murder
himbo,
but then I was like, that's not the right word.
Is that when
I know my next evil character. I'm gonna be a murder himbo.
Yeah, murder himbo is just when the bard dips into rogue.
Oh, that's a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, I think we got our episode name.
Freudian slip.
No, murder
Himbo.
Himbo.
There's no telling what that art would be.
Yeah.
I'm curious now. I need the murder himbo art in my life.
It's just.
I need some brave artists to tackle that.
It's just man him with a big knife.
We have friends that would probably tackle
I'll
that.
see this.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
We know
so you
several
guys,
people who'd be like, I could change him.
Oh.
dang!
Wow.
Calling some people out right there.
Ooh.
Listen. We'll find out who they are when they complain.
So you're able to clean up, get changed, do whatever you need to do. The guard just waits for you to finish up. So I know Dork wants to do a little bit of cleanup. Probably Theo would do the same. I'm just guessing.
Face, hands, and
Yeah, the basics.
pull hair back. Basic shit. After being outside in the sand.
Put on some top secret cologne that Dork has had hidden this entire time, even though it's not listed on his character sheet.
Doesn't work that way.
What does it smell like? What would it smell like?
Oh,
Grown musk.
it's gonna smell like the sea, is what it would smell like.
Oh, you lived in a brackish swamp, didn't you?
Yeah,
Oh, God. That's two kind
but
of smells I'm not
it's
prepared
not on
for
my
mentally.
character sheet as the DM said. So
Do you have
not playing that game.
I have soap on my character sheet. That thing can smell like anything I want it to. Silver.
That's correct. It can.
No, the soap has to stay with the weapons pile because soap is a weapon.
It's equipment.
No,
You're getting ahead of yourself there.
listen,
Soap can be a weapon.
yeah, you tied on a rope,
You
but
put
now
it in a
you.
sock.
Yeah. what do they call that?
I get
What
put
they
in
call
jail.
it?
I'm
They
turning
call
that soap into a shiv.
they call it a brick bat, but it's a soap bat.
Alright. Moving forward.
Moving forward, so
Nice pressed black doublet.
yes, please describe your outfits for the people listening in case they skipped yesterday. Not yesterday. Last week, technically.
Pressed plain black and leather and silk doublet with some nice fancy pants. Still black. Hair pulled back into a colonial ponytail.
What color
Still
ribbon
black,
is
like an edgelord.
Pink.
What color is the ribbon for your ponytail, your colonial ponytail?
Your cologne tail.
It would be white as an accent color.
Right. I figured it had to be some
His
sort of
hair is
bright.
black.
I figured it had to be some sort of bright color.
Yeah.
Well, we got a Blarney the Blindosaur. And oh my goodness. God, somebody needs to draw that. I'll pay money.
Okay, so you have your edgy Edgerstein outfit going on.
We've got our
Trying to go for a little bit of a Neo outfit.
Ooh, more like modern Sheriff of Nottingham, I guess.
Okay, I guess we go with that. All right, Doric.
Yes.
I know you had your Barney thing. Give a good description again, please.
Yeah. So again, that pink purple. I can't remember the exact color we said, but it's that pink purple kind of satin with white trim lace jacket, tails that go back and have a very distinct swoop, much like the tail of a purple dinosaur. Okay, like stiff, and then tall for a dwarf, like white socks from the shoes up to the pants leg at the knee level.
What kind of shoes are they?
They're, I can't think of the right word. I want to say Puritan, like pilgrim shoes
Okay, I had to
with
When you-
with a like 2-inch heel.
Okay, I had to ask because when you mentioned the long socks, I was afraid you were going to say sandals.
Oh no,
Buckled dress sock,
No.
dress shoes.
no, I was not. No, I was not going to do socks and sandals. I at least know that fashion faux pas.
Oh my goodness.
Dork isn't a grandpa yet, so can't do that one yet.
I love it. That's so good.
There you go. And sadly, without my dinosaur-shaped hat. Rawr.
We all can't have dinosaur-shaped hats.
Also, you would be son of Barney, not actually Barney. You're too short.
Okay, I think that leaves me.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, I have for my shoes. I had socks and shoes. I've got probably some like crew cut black socks with polished black Oxfords with maybe like a dark brown like 1/4 inch, like just a little bit of heel. I'm not trying to make a statement because I feel like if I wore tall heels on the shoes, it'd be extra noticeable and people would call me out on it. And the suit itself is like a dark, like velvety purple, with the 2 swallow tails on the back. Think of like a royal-esque Billy Bonka. Because I think that's how people get away with copyrights, is they just change some letters and put an asterisk in there somewhere.
Something like that.
I did have like another dark.
So like a tailed frock coat.
Yes. Oh my god! Stop jumping on.
Yeah, see, I know things.
No, I'm saying oh my god because the cat keeps jumping up and down off the table and shaking the entire thing. And I apologize for the listeners at home if Tex can't get rid of that.
You should be fine.
So if you hear me say, "Oh my goodness," it means he did it again. And some silver buttons, probably 6, and only 4 of them are actually for buttoning the thing, and the other 2 are just for decoration because buttons are weird like that. And I have as many pockets that are socially acceptable.
It's got pockets.
So none?
1 on the outside, 17 on the inside, a flask in each one.
Jeez.
No, that last part's not true. There's probably a couple pockets on the inside.
So you all are looking good in your nice fancy dress clothes. When you tell the guard that you're ready, he'll come in with 2 of his companions, and they're going to make a search for weapons.
Theo knows the drill. Arms out, slightly spread legs. He knows. He's been searched before.
I don't have a weapon with me, but I will let you know ahead of time that I am, in fact, magical.
Doric is just kind of confused as to why Theo is standing in that position. And is just standing there staring
Do
at
you
the guard.
vocalize that?
No, I'm just going to stare at him awkwardly like, what in the world is going on? Until the guards get to me. Yes, what?
They're checking for weapons.
Oh, I don't have any. You can move along.
No, they have to physically check you. You're going to reap royalty. They have to check
Oh
you.
man, they're gonna mess up his beard.
No, they'll be invasive about it.
Yeah, they're gonna mess up his beard.
As he says with a grin, they'll be invasive about it.
I don't know what that word means. Be gentle, is all I say to the guard and present myself. Not like in a bad way. Like, assume the position Theo was in.
Assume the position.
We hear a rubber snap. Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to step out of line.
This is profiling.
I don't think Doric gets to say that.
This is because I'm a dwarf, isn't it?
I think he can technically say that.
Jeez. I know you all were dropping your weapons, so if you're being honest, then they're not going to discover anything. But if you're not being honest, in order of the Discord chat is Doric. It's Doric, Guy, and then Theo. A 24, a 23, and a 20.
Yeah, you'll find nothing on.
Yeah, I was completely left everything there.
To be perfectly honest, as long as he's if it's a hand-to-hand combat thing, Theo doesn't really need a weapon, but that's not the point.
Fair.
Again,
but yeah.
I was instructed not to go to jail.
I think the only thing I still have on me is maybe my flint and steel.
Yeah,
that
they're going.
could have been left at the tavern.
They're gonna remove that if you had it on you.
Well, fair enough.
All of my gear, if it's not the clothing I am wearing to this meeting, is either in that room or at the tavern.
Yeah, that's basically what they're leaving you with, just the clothing that you are wearing.
I don't think Guy will begrudge them. He's like, of course I have it. If they mention it.
Ooh. Sorry, wrong click. I did not just draw my knife accidentally.
I'm not hiding a weapon. I'm blatantly showing it to you.
Oh. No, I was about to
not a
ask,
holdout.
do you want us to, like, are you fine with the stuff just staying on our character sheets, not, like, actually dropping it off?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I just
Listen,
wanted to make sure.
It's
You understand how hard it is to put that shit
Yes.
back.
it's not a holdout weapon if you're actively holding it out.
Yeah. Are you looking for a knife? Here.
I found it.
Oh my goodness. Those scenes where somebody's really good at sleight of hand and they're like looking for the weapon and they're just like tossing it behind their back every time they look for a new place.
What is,
That
what is
movie.
this? That damn Now You See Me
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, that.
Draws the weapon. Here's glove snap.
I also have some silver pieces on my personage for tipping.
Yeah.
If they take that,
It won't mess with your money.
if they take that, I'm reporting them immediately.
Yeah, it'll mess with your money.
No, they just kind of like, all right, you all appear clean.
It's my walking.
This way.
It's my walking money.
Thank you.
Follows the guards.
So yeah, they will lead you kind of back out the way you came in a little bit, and they will turn towards towards the center of the castle before they start going up some stairs, heading up higher. And when they go up in this higher level and they come out into this large open room, you actually see you're sitting in the room they come out into is this large. It's a fairly large open space. You notice that it's like in the like if you look around the room, there's bookcases and like maps and stuff. So it's probably it appears to be like sort of like the study area for the king himself. And you'll see at the table currently is a bronze-skinned male. He looks very old.
Like metallic
Yeah,
bronze, or like
metallic-y bronze.
Not like he's been
bronze.
sitting in a fake and bake for too long.
No, like the metallic-y
I
bronze.
work with a couple people who look like they live in a fake and bake.
Leather.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like a wallet.
he's sitting there. Based on his clothing, he appears to be he's possibly the somebody high up in the Mages Guild because he's wearing robes.
What color are the robes?
They are blue and silver.
You just sitting there, not doing anything, reading, cup of tea.
He does seem to have he does appear to have something to drink with him, and next to him is a younger man with similar like skin coloration to him.
Do they look related?
No,
Do any of them look like the person we're trying to talk to?
well, both of them have the metallic-y skin that you were told to meet. And this is where I believe you guys noticed that I was correct and you were wrong.
About what?
Yeah, it's not Kassan. It's what was the name? I don't remember. It got told.
Kassan was the person we got
Yeah,
the names,
yeah.
the name from.
Okay,
Something
I also
with an
want to.
M.
I also want to point out that I think you're the one who corrected me saying it was Kassan. Tex. Oh boy.
It really doesn't
They'll let us
matter.
know.
It was a mess.
It was a mess. We've been saying it this whole time, and I'm very sorry. I'm the problem.
Oh my god, is this what that feels like to not be the problem?
No. We're co-problems in this
Oh,
relationship here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Your co-problems?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Problems.
That's a good other
That is-
episode
It
name
makes
right
me
there.
feel better.
It's a good episode name.
The co-problems. I like it.
No, that's only if we'll save that episode name for an episode where it's just Guy and Doric wandering the city without Theo.
We've done that before. It didn't go horrible.
99 problems and a co-8
Yet.
one.
Didn't go horrible yet.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now you jinxed it.
But
so
also,
there's
what was that guy's name that we were so close to be looking for?
Was it like Medid?
Medid? Medad? No, not Medad. That's one of the cities.
That's a city.
I said Medid, not my dad.
No, I said
Medad's-
Medad.
My dad's up north.
Nah.
no, it's actually to the west.
I thought you said West.
Yeah, so they're sitting there. There's one other person sitting there. They have like a they look like they're an old elf, like a visibly old elf.
Oh, so they're super old.
Appears to be looking over some scrolls and maps.
Madul, by the way.
I was close.
That's correct. And then the guard will announce you 3 hoodlums. Starting with the first one on my chat list is Doric Meyerwood, Cleric of Eros and Keeper of Relics.
He'll bow
so-
graciously to everyone in the room, individually, like each person.
And you'll see the guard will, after he kind of announces you, he's going to kind of point to a chair on your side of the table.
I'll go,
And you go sit over there.
go make my way over and sit down and have my hands neatly in my nap and just looking like big smile, like I am out of my depth right here. Please don't send me to jail. Don't
Is this
let
your
me
best-
be.
It's your best interview smile.
Yeah. Yes.
So then they'll look at they'll bring up the next one here. Giverson Fields, scholar and a mage from Nordica.
We'll
He
give
points to a seat next to.
a bow, head to the seat. Internally thinking they forgot some stuff, but that's fine.
And then last one is Theodore Skyfallen, a master crafter of the Goat Tribe in the Stone Teeth.
He does his bow and then waits for his seat to be pointed out,
He points again to.
and then takes his seat.
So you notice the seats you're in. There's 4 of them on your side of the table, and there's 4 on the other side of the table.
Okay, they
Are
either
there
really like
place
symmetry
settings?
or yeah.
Yes, there's place settings at each seat.
So who?
Let's see, 4 on each side of the table, and I'm assuming the king sits at the head of the table.
I mean, the way the table is kind of arranged is this is not a formal table, so it'd be like the king and his advisors, the people that are with him, are on one side, and then the visitors on the other side.
Okay, so there's just maybe an extra seat for an extra visitor, or and also who's
No,
who's next to the empty seat?
Well, the one next to the empty seat would be Theox, who's the last one introduced.
I'm gonna
That's fair
lean
enough.
over to Guy and whisper in his ear. I think it's a whisper. It is the empty seat for your grandpapa.
Oh god.
Well, don't call him that. Also, elbows off the table.
Gordon moves his elbows off the table.
Then the napkins go on your lap, not tucked in your shirt. And also, if they bring a bowl out first, it's not soup. It's for washing your hands.
Well, my hands are clean.
That's not the point. Just don't drink it.
He'll nod an affirmative nod of false confidence.
Just do
Gnome's
what
gonna
you
sit
do.
in the seat. Theo, why is there an empty seat next to you?
You are actively shout whispering over my head.
So who all so far is on the other side of the table? Just the two wizards?
No, it's a one wizard, and the one guy is wearing much more plain clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, the younger bronze-skinned individual, the metallic skin. He's wearing much more like common clothes.
We're definitely still waiting on the king. This is
There's an old elf in the over at the far side of the table, looking over maps and different scrolls and pieces of information. So the guard, after you all sit down, he's going to, in order on the other side of the table, he's going to start with the younger metallic-skinned individual. This is Madul. He is the hunter that you're here to speak to. Oaken, our head of the illusion school at the guild. And the elf on the end. Go to our tab. The elf on the end is Tolan. He's making sure that we have all the maps that can help you on your trip there.
Who is directly across from myself?
You were the first one seated, so it'd be Tolan.
Okay, so the elf is across this.
Yeah, the older elf is across from you.
Well, that means the king's gonna sit in front of Guy.
Correct.
Oh.
I'll just kind of lean in. Hello, how are y'all today?
So the elf will kind of look up, and it's not every day someone asks us to open up the old maps. To be honest, I didn't even know we had some of these maps.
I would assume someone as old and wise as you would know all of the maps that are here. It must be an ancient map.
Guy's
Well,
eyes shut tightly in annoyance, and I guess like he's trying not to sigh loudly or touch his face in any way. He's just like, oh boy,
Doric, give me a diplomacy check.
oh no. Can I offer the help action by pinching his leg under the table?
No, you may not.
That's an 8.
Like a
So the elf will kind of grin a little bit. It's definitely a little bit forced. He says, "Well, these maps have been sealed since long before I was born, so."
Ooh.
And it is.
Can I tell that's a forced grin?
You can do a perception.
Perception.
Debating about using a hero point to change that.
Why did I just roll a d6? It doesn't even make sense.
22 perception.
Perception. Oh, I got a 9. I didn't notice shit. He's so out of place right now. He's like,
Theo thinks Doric is being very.
No, Theo does not think Doric is being very polite. Theo knows better.
So yeah, he will. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 22 perception.
Well, you can definitely tell it's forced.
Can I try to smooth things over a little bit with a diplomacy?
Sure.
You'll have to forgive my companion. He had a bit of a sheltered life and does not get out and meet people very often.
I lived in a cloister.
Yes. And then offer like a congenial smile, little with a head of sign of respect, and that would be a for diplomacy. I'm good at this, and I am so good that I get a 25. 19,
25.
19 plus 6.
He did better than the both of us combined.
I am the face. It's too bad.
Theo is just trying to stay quiet unless someone asks him a question.
It's too bad my my face is near everybody else's shins.
Oh, is there a booster
You
seat?
have a booster seat. Hold on. Yeah, you definitely have a booster seat.
Yeah, it is. The seat is raised up.
Were there stairs leading up to it, or did he have to crawl?
The seat for both Doric and Guy would be raised up because you guys are both short in comparison.
Theo's is lower. He's not allowed to be taller than the king.
Yeah.
I don't know. Elves are pretty fucking tall.
Yeah, point still stands. It's just like
We appreciate any help that y'all can get. Not get.
was there a good reaction from the 25 diplomacy?
Yeah, so he kind of grinned a little bit and he says, yes. Someone from a sheltered upbringing. I can understand that.
His favorite instrument seems to be the wind chimes, sir.
I can play. Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to play that.
Yes, please.
He verbalizes that as he says it, like thinks it.
Theo's doing everything he can to just stay as neutral as possible in the situation.
We do
looking around, watching everything.
We do have one more coming. They vouched for you for the appointment.
Doric raises an eyebrow. Who will be joining us?
Do not know they're in the city. That's interesting.
It's possible one of the avatars is here with us.
Good.
Theo says, just nonchalantly, being quiet about it.
Could it be the one we rescued on the road?
Is Kat back here?
No. Who did we rescue? Who did we rescue on the road again?
No, she was heading west.
The bard, she was heading the opposite direction.
No.
The scary fucking bard lady? Yes.
Yeah.
She went the opposite direction.
Or Soleil. Oh gosh, why are we giving them all the names?
Soleil.
Giving the names of all the people that we have met. We are an open book.
Was it Jake? No.
Theo has nothing
I'm
to
asking
hide.
out of character because I'm not good with names.
So as you all are thinking about who could have vouched for you, the guard in the back will kind of go rigid and announce the next person. We have Catherine Obrea,
No.
the exiled queen of the O'Brien nation.
Wait a minute.
Holy shit, I was right. And that is exactly what Doric says.
Well, that's why I said, wait a minute.
So yeah, the
Kat, I
half-elf
tried to shoot a message to you a while back.
Doric, please. You're being rude. Sorry, sir.
So she is wearing a dress that's the black and silver colors of O'Brien nobility.
Last time we saw her, she was in like combat gear, right?
Yes.
This is weird for us a little bit.
Very weird, considering last time you met her, she was in the desert waiting for you to come back and bring you back to the city.
To be perfectly honest, Theo's unfazed.
She's
been through a lot.
She also talked about how it's difficult. She doesn't like go into O'Brien cities because they don't like elves, and she's a half elf.
Yeah. What's that about? That's weird. Did she wear a hat for her her?
She's also exiled, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did she wear a hat for her rule, and then the hat came off? They're like, half-elf! Betrayer!
Wait, what was her honorific again? It was exiled what?
Exiled queen of
The
the
exiled
O'Brien.
queen.
Remember the people who were like,
Yeah.
don't tell them you're friends with elves?
Yeah.
I think Theo just kind of grins a little bit, that little little shit grin, and then does the nods.
Dork is over the moon, like excited, like not hiding any of it because he's like, I guessed it. I knew it was her.
So yeah, she'll sit down at the at your side of the table, and then
I'm still alive.
Yes, that's remarkable.
You're welcome.
So after she sits down, it's not very long after that. So you guys can have, if you do want to say anything, and she's not back, or she's here with you guys, or you want to ask the people at the table.
I mean, Theo's fine until the king shows up.
So she does kind of look over at Madul. So you've been near the spire, I was told. He kind of nods, sort of sheepishly. Yes, I have. I was after some game and it ventured too close. And she's gonna nod.
So you weren't trying to reach the actual spire. You were just in the area.
Well, yeah. What business would I have in the spire?
I've been told some people do treasure hunting. Also, I promised Kjartan I'd buy you a drink after this. Unrelated, but I thought you should know.
Well, he is a good friend.
Teasingly, he says, "Your Majesty," to Cat.
She kind of roll her eyes.
I always figured you were something important.
I'm just proud of the entire party for not saying, "It's weird seeing you in a dress, Cat."
Well, what else should...
I mean, to be fair, we only spent like 2.5, maybe 3 days with
Yeah.
Cat, so...
Yeah, but her whole vibe definitely didn't scream, "I wear a dress on the regular." It was more like, "I'm a badass trained in the art of..."
Again, exiled queen.
Exiled queen. Yeah, well...
Yeah, I remember back in the medieval time and the older times like this, royalty were actually warriors. Like, they'd get on the front lines and fight most of the time.
What can you tell us, Madul, about everything that happened? You were there. How long had you been out hunting? When did you? How long were you out? The amount of time that you don't remember everything.
Well, the best I could gather is I lost about maybe 2 to 3 days of memory.
That's quite some time.
I came out and I was very, very hungry, weak. I'm actually surprised I made it back to the city.
Was there anything different about you? Any changes?
Not that I noticed.
No scars, cuts, wounds, injuries, etc.
Not a whole lot that I can remember, to be honest.
Overly exhausted extremities.
No, it's like I said, I was tired. I don't remember anything that happened, and I mean, I've had some scrapes, but I just assumed that came from the trees and underbrush around it.
Does he seem to be telling the truth on
joy.
this?
Magic.
You can do a society. Society. I think it is.
Perception. I would prefer perception, but that's An 11.
Yep. So with your 11, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth. Maybe keeping a couple things back, but it seems to be along the truth, just maybe not sharing some stuff that he's embarrassed about happening.
I can understand that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to think of a reason to roll for farming this episode, but I can't. I got nothing.
You just gotta mention it at least once, and there's your time right there.
I broke the bingo. It's been like 3 episodes.
I know.
Losing my touch over here.
I thought there was some growth.
No, I didn't roll for. I didn't roll for. I didn't roll for farming. There couldn't have been growth.
But as you're asking these questions, there, you'll notice everybody kind of stops talking, and those on the advisors on the other side of the table will stand up, and then Kat will also stand.
We'll also stand.
Theo follows their example.
As with the word.
And as you all stand up, the guard on the other side of the room will announce that King Bartholomew de Laro, the first of his name and the current king of Laro, and a half-elf man will enter the room.
Oh. Half of
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's mixed nobility, so.
Okay, that's fair.
That explains why he's cool. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Is that set in character?
No.
Okay.
God, dear God, no.
Jeez.
So he'd walk in and he's like, you want to be seated? It's good to see you again, Catherine. Your brother's been a royal pain in our backsides.
Wait.
Theo just has this like moment of realization of what actually happened. It's like, oh, okay, I know what happened now.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat what just happened?
Dork leans into guys like, I don't understand. What does her brother have to do with any of this?
Do they have a resemblance to each other? Silver.
No.
Who? Does who have a resemblance to each other?
The 2 half elves. Am I being racist
No.
here?
No, they do not have a resemblance to each other because Cat would be more of the forest appearance of elf. So kind of that darker brown hair, more of that kind of foresty skin compared to the king, who has the very sandy skin and like straight black hair rather than the browner hair. So they do not have much resemblance at all.
Okay. Did any of the others bow when he entered, by the way?
You notice none of them. You notice nobody really bows except for Madul will bow, but then he kind of looks around and will kind of awkwardly stand back up.
Oh, Dork will do it. Like full curtsy, actually. No, bow. We'll stick with the bow. I'm afraid I'll fall out of the chair otherwise.
So he'll just kind of he'll see you bow. He's like, you don't need to do that. It's not a formal setting. We're here as friends. Catherine here has been a good guest for a while. Things are in motion, but She did say that you all had met with the avatars as well as she has, and said that if you're here, then it is time for us to turn over what we have. Which, sadly, is not much. We've lost much of the information we had due to time.
Any amount of assistance is greatly appreciated, Your Highness.
So we figured our best source would be to bring Madul, since he has been there. Though I do not know how much help he will be based on what I've read and heard after his visit there. And then my old friend had opened the sealed maps and scrolls, and we found out that they did not... Well, they weren't sealed very well for some of them, so...
Why were they sealed for preservation, or because there's not something that doesn't need to be seen in there?
The inner archivist in Doric.
The elf will speak up. He's like, no,
Preserving
the issue is the original storehouse where they were kept caught fire about 500 years ago, and some of the seals did not survive the fire.
Oh, yes,
So some of the documents were lost or damaged.
yes, that would happen.
Have you considered
It
a
is a-
sprinkler system for the building?
I don't think they had those 500 years ago.
Yeah, considering back then we didn't have the gnomes here setting up, getting us with the water in the buildings, so that would have been difficult. And as you know, magic can be
Explosive.
slightly suspect, if you will.
I think the biggest thing that we need to know is we already know the rumors as to anyone who gets close or enters when they are found again. If they are found, they don't have any memory of it.
The mage will speak up. He says, not entirely true. There are some records of people having memories. But they are usually those that have been touched by, or have been called by the agents of fate. So they, whether it's based on their heritage or something else, they're able to retain at least some of the memories. We do have a couple old journals from them, but once again, they have not survived the test of time for many of them. We did find one book, though it appears to be in some dialect that we do not know. He's going to procure this journal. He's going to kind of pull it out of the pockets of his robes and slide it across the table to you.
When was
Check my languages.
when was the visit from the other agent? What year was that? Approximately.
I mean, they come by every so often, but I think the most recent visit, and it wasn't an agent that discovered this, it was one of the people like you who work with them. They say the thing that makes it, the thing that alters other people is apparently the chaos of magic around the spire is very intense. So magic is very unpredictable, and apparently it has effects on all kinds of things.
Well, that bodes well for us, I say, looking at Guy.
Ugh, magic.
I know how to use a knife. I don't need magic all the time.
So So, what language is this book written in? I don't think Theo's going to know it, unless it's Dwarven, Gnomish, or Orcish.
Luckily, we have a very,
No.
very old man.
You do have a very, very old man.
That depends on whether or not he knows the language and wants to accurately tell us what it says.
When it said dialect, they didn't say language. So it could be a language they know, but not a dialect they recognize.
So, like, instead of it being like a primordial, it might be like the fire version or whatever the hell that is in Pathfinder.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Theo doesn't know it though.
What are your languages?
So. Common, Dwarven, Gnomish, and Orcish.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
think
you
so.
got one more than me, so now you got a prayer.
I got Common and Halfling, but I know GGGPA knows at least Elvish.
He does indeed know Elvish.
Does Cat happen to know the dialect?
And she'd look at it and she's kind of, I mean, it's definitely Elvish of some kind, though none that I
I would
know.
laugh so hard if it just turns out it's regular Elvish, but set up like Pig Latin.
It's not
Written
even.
upside down.
No, it's legitimately your ancestors' handwriting.
Okay, I will eat Doric's hat if that's the case.
Don't you eat my hat.
Let's listen, kid. Hey,
What languages does Guy know again? Sorry.
Common and Halfling.
Okay.
It's quintuple G-paw that knows Elvish.
Correct.
What's Doric
Um,
got?
Nothing but Dwarven and Common.
Oh,
I said I didn't even have Orcish, so yeah, I'm a simple cleric.
I mean, I've got Gnomish, but as an extra thing on here too. So,
Gnomish.
hey, that privateership taught Theo a lot of shit.
So, Guy,
yes.
your ancestor, he would look over at it and you'd hear him say, that appears to be a mixture of I don't remember the group it was, but it is a draconic base with elven structure.
Okay. I'm saying right now, if he had said, "Oh, that's my notebook," we would have ended the episode right there. Perfect cliffhanger. So, sources would indicate that it seems to be Elvish mixed with Draconic.
And everybody at the table who knows Draconic, like, it's no Draconic I've ever seen. That would include the wizard and cat.
Oh, my sources are very, very, very. Well, I don't want to say old because I think they'll be upset.
So yeah, maybe the agents can decipher it, or I guess you could always take a scouting expedition yourselves.
Well, we need to get into the top of that tower regardless. So honestly, regardless of what this book says, we will just need someone to show us the way and maybe open the door. We'll take it.
May we keep this book or borrow it? Can I check it out from your library?
So the Was it the Orkin?
Oh,
Okan. He's gonna go like, yes, you can definitely keep it, since it would technically belong to the agents.
I will add that book to my inventory.
Random ancient journal.
Hey.
And so the components you need, we have 2 of the 3 here that we can give you to form the key. Last we knew, the 3rd part of the key was at the spire. But like I said, records are not clear.
I think we just need to go. It's our job to get see it through. We may come back through here, as there is still a tower in the Bay of Drakes, as far as I know, and then I believe in the southern island of Bone Bay.
Well, the Bay of Drakes... The Bay of Drakes, you'd have to pursue on your own. We do not have any jurisdiction of that particular area. As for Bone Bay, I may have a contact for you to speak to.
Okay. That may be our next stop. And then come back here and leave from the port to go to the Bay of Drakes.
I would not suggest going to the Bone Bay at this time of the year. It is not exactly friendly towards outsiders.
Is there a time of year? Is there a vacation season where it's like open to tourists and everything?
Yes. The main problem is during this time of year, the waters recede, and it allows the creatures that inhabit that spire to get out of their containment.
Oh my!
Theo seems very much intrigued. Things to fight. Alright. So we have our goal, have our task. One last time, Madul, is there anything at all, whether it be embarrassing, anything, it doesn't matter what the slightest little detail you could tell us about the spire, what you remember, where you woke up, what you remember, period.
Well, I can say I'm pretty sure I heard my dead mother.
Do you recall what she said to you?
Well, I said I was pretty sure I heard her, but it was also, at the same time, it was like a voice I'd never recognized. And it just simply told me to embrace the emptiness.
Don't like that.
What is there to eat here? We're at lunch.
So the staff would kind of brought stuff out as you were having this conversation, kind of in and out and around you.
Oh, okay.
There would be mostly the fruits and stuff like that. It's all light fare because it is very hot.
Doric is not going to embrace the emptiness and wants to leave with a full tummy.
Yeah, it just kept telling me over and over again to embrace the emptiness, and I don't necessarily know what that meant. And I don't know if I don't believe I did, but I don't know. Like I said, it was like it sounded like my mother's voice, but then it sounded like a voice I've never heard before. It was like both voices at the same time were speaking to me.
It is interesting.
Would you say it was a happy voice? Like, embrace the emptiness. Or embrace the emptiness.
Closer to the second.
I may need to see about getting my weapons silvered. Really hope there's not a poltergeist or something of the sort inside this place.
Yeah, there were weird lights and strange things that I saw, but then shortly after I heard that voice, everything just kind of just not there. You'll know you're getting close because you'll enter the clearing, and that's when you'll start hearing the voice and some of the other oddities around the spire.
So, with the clearing that surrounds the tower, when you entered the clearing, that's when this started.
The voice, yes, but some of the weird effects were happening before then.
When you say effects, what do you mean? Were you seeing things?
Well, like lights, random. It seemed like fires that weren't actually burning anything, and it was just all kinds of things.
Are any of the other experiences similar to what he has described?
So the elf would flip through a couple scrolls. This is here, this one, and he's going to read off the scroll, and it says, "Interviews confirmed on the 8 hunters that ventured near the spire. Fires that didn't burn. Weird flows of water. Strange sights and sounds were all heard by every member."
Okay, so it corroborates everything. Okay.
They do say in these interviews here, one of their members was lost when they attempted to cast a spell on something attacking them.
Magical chaos. Looks at the other two.
Howard,
Let's not do that, guys.
I already told you. I have a knife.
I believe you were the only one who had the chaos take hold for real. Because he looks at God.
It worked out for us.
You nearly died.
Let's see. I believe, Doric, you should be able to handle yourself with the sword at the very least. At least not die. Honestly, Guy's pretty capable, so I'm not really worried about
See?
him. It's kind of hard to catch him. I have a feeling this one's going to take a lot of mental fortitude, so be ready.
Is there any aid any of you can give us in our journey towards the tower to assist us on our mission? Just general to everyone, the king, everybody.
I mean, the king will kind of look at you and says, "Well, we are giving you all of the documents we found. Even those that were damaged, maybe they can help you get some information. Outside of that, we could maybe help you with some supplies.
You've been gracious already with everything that you've provided, and we do appreciate it. And any additional aid would be much appreciated.
Yeah, we can get you some supplies for the forest, mostly food. That's about all we would be able to spare right now with the war going on.
Well, any amount should be enough. I'm usually pretty good at finding food out in.
Yes. Typically, food is not of an issue for us.
I'm very good at finding out which berries are poisonous.
Yes, but you often try to give them to me.
How do you think I find out which berries are poisonous?
I'm a relatively capable hunter. Gyverson, he tended a farm and is very good at finding edible plants. And they're both surprisingly good cooks. This is an honest compliment from Theo to you two.
Except for that fish. I don't...
Doric will remember this. He feels slightly more bonded to Theo.
And then both Theo and Guy remember the fish that one time, though. And they're like, except for that.
Neither of y'all ate it. You have no idea if it tasted bad.
100% did not touch that. That's not the point. What we may need is...
It's brain food.
More instead of food, possibly if you could spare healing potions or maybe something to help negate magic effects.
Yeah, like I said, I would love to if we were able, but we have the war to consider for those supplies.
What about so out of character? There's a possibility of maybe ghosts, right? Was talked about earlier?
That's what Theo thinks. Voices of people that aren't the same people, and double voices that kind of like a ghost or a demon.
What about
or something. I mean, it could all just be magic echoes.
In Okay, well, in Pathfinder, does the holy water do anything?
Pretty sure Dort can make holy water.
I don't know if he has a kit to make holy water. Do you?
I don't know. I don't know if I have a kit, like a religious kit, really. I mean, I've got healer tools, and then like a religious symbol. That's it.
Okay. Queen Catherine, would you be joining us, or are you going to stay here?
Well, we have a lot of things to try to tackle, so I will sadly not be joining you in this adventure.
Doric is crestfallen.
Yes, well, your brother stealing your throne probably takes precedence.
It's a little deeper than that.
I was gonna say Doric's head jerks up as he finally realizes what was going on politically. Like a piece of melon falls out of his mouth for a second.
He's like, oh.
Oh!
All right. I believe that is everything that we needed to discuss. Looks at the other two. There's nothing we were forgetting?
I mean, we'll still be in town for the rest of the day if we think of anything.
Outside of like the drink that Guy offered, I think that's it. We did we hear anything from the mage guy? Did he give us any information there?
Yeah, he was the one who was doing most of the talking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Also, isn't he the one who had access to the records? Or helped have access?
That was the elf.
Yeah, well, the elf had access to the records from the castle. The mage had some had the journals and stuff.
Oh, okay, got it.
So they basically the split there was they both had a key. They both had a fraction of a key, so they're giving you their keys as well. So all you have to do is find the third part of the key.
Oh, so there's a third part of the key?
I'm gonna take a guess, and it's underneath the welcome mat.
So who the last thing we need to ask, who will be escorting us to the clearing? I think we could probably take it from there.
So Madul will kind of. I mean, if you need help getting up there, I can get you close. I won't go back into the clearing again, but I'll get you close at least.
Just get us close. All we need is a guide.
I can do that.
Oh, I do have one favor I'd like to ask. Could I have some assistance sending funds to my family up north? I figured a royal messenger would be less likely to abscond with the funds than a regular messenger.
Well, I mean, the king kind of speak up. That's. I mean, possibly, but once again, we have a war to deal with.
Just
Our hands are tied for side adventures.
Do you have carrier pigeons? Or a swallow?
African,
so sorry.
European or African swallow?
I was waiting for that joke.
Perhaps a migrate.
My friend, he puts his hand on the guy's shoulder. My friend, we shall head the way of your home next. How about that? Since we cannot go to Bone Bay currently.
I think I'm wanted there.
I was say that out loud.
I was kidnapped by the cultists from the college. I didn't get to graduate.
You can't help that.
I don't think you know the country I grew up in.
Plus, I'm pretty sure the avatars take precedence over a college.
Hey, Silver, does that track with the religion of my country?
I mean, your country legitimately has the principal deity of the god of order, so what do you think?
I'm just gonna hope for a pardon or something. I still have evidence. I flushed the knife. It's still in there. You thought it was a funny joke, but I was thinking 20 steps ahead.
All right.
Doing 4D chess over here.
All right. I believe that is everything. If it is all right with your majesty, we shall take our leave.
Absolutely. You may stay if you wish to eat some of the food here. I have other appointments I need to get to and other plans to make.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to see us.
So, I mean, the king would stand up and he's... So, he'll look over at Oaken and he says, Oaken, you can return back to your guild. And Tolan, you've turned over everything, and the elf will nod. He's like, okay. Then we need you to go through some of the old records with us, and he'll kind of walk around the table and have hold the arm out for Kat as she gets up as well. And they're going to head off deeper into the castle with the elf trailing behind. Madul will sit there, probably eat a little bit. He's definitely you definitely tell by his expression that he's nervous about having to go back out towards the spire. But he did say he'd help you, and he's going to stick to that.
Madul, tell me, what is your weapon preference?
Generally, my bow.
Okay. On the way to the clearing, if anything attacks, stay back. I'll take care of the rest.
Well, most things won't attack up there. It's primarily just, unless you stumble across a bear or maybe a wolf, but it's mostly deer and other game.
Before you say anything, Theo, no, I will not ride a bear. I already told you the story about why not.
This is why you will never have a pet.
Because I don't want to. Because I learned from the mistakes of my ancestors and don't want to try to ride a bear.
All right. We will see you. It's getting late afternoon, probably. We will see you tomorrow when we head out.
If we can go to the north gate, it'll make the trip easiest.
We will collect our things from the Sandcat and move to the northern side of town.
Wait, I offered to work at the Sandcat tonight. Did you?
That's on me. I think the fate of the world takes precedence over a quick paycheck.
Not all of us were given a flail that was worth hundreds of gold.
I mean, by all means, go right ahead. I'm just not staying there tonight. I'd rather not wake up covered in cat fur. I don't want to take that chance.
There was a cat sitting on my mouth this morning. I too would like a different place.
I'm sure they would appreciate some of us leaving. It's fine.
You could still do your job there and just head to the tavern in the north.
The important thing is I keep my promise. Anyway. I suppose this is farewell for now, Madul?
If you're looking for a tavern to stay in, I do not know about their prices for rooms, but I do know that their prices for drink are good. If you wish to go to the Massive Rabbit, that's probably where I will be staying. That's probably where I'll be going to drink before I head home.
That sounds like an interesting tavern.
It is a frequent haunt of hunters. And then you want to go to the
Massive Rabbit.
the massive rabbit
There's
to
a
stay.
joke there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad I can't find it.
You can't find the joke?
It's not like we're chasing the white rabbit. It's fine.
And that's the sign on the sign over the door is this very large white rabbit. It's lucky you said something. So the tavern is, I mean, it's a fairly loud tavern. So when you go in for the night, I'll start you off there where I'll describe the inside of the tavern. It's fairly loud. You notice around all the walls are a bunch of hunting trophies. There's rabbits, there's deer, there's some of the large lizards you saw in the river. There's just kind of all these different trophies along the walls, and there's little plaques that have different names on them and kind of information about it.
Is Madul's name up on the wall somewhere?
you'd have to get closer to investigate that. And then over the bar itself, you notice that there is a list of names.
A list of names. Is this a damn Deadpool?
No. There's a list of names over the bar, like on like a big board. But that's where I'll leave it there. Like it's a louder tavern. There's a bunch of hunters. It's in a not very good area of the city, but it's not like a dangerous area. It's just a not really wealthy part of the city.
I have a couple guesses, and
side.
we'll find out next week if I'm right. Brothel,
Yep.
some sort of high score thing, or it's a list of people who ate the giant chicken wing platter.
You'll notice the food is primarily rabbit
The
based.
giant rabbit wing platter.
That's funny. Rabbit wing.
There could be winged rabbits in this world. There's already furkies. Why aren't there flabbits?
I mean, you can deep fry rabbit because it's somewhere in between pork and chicken, so you can deep fry that shit and it tastes good.
Yep.
I heard rabbit gives people more gas stuff. Anyway, if you want to talk about food again, especially if you haven't eaten today, you should go eat, by the way. You can talk to us on Discord. You can share memes. You can talk about the show. There's all kinds of things. And, well, Discord's not your thing. I think Algrad has another way you can interact with the show.
Yeah. You know, if your podcaster of choice has a rating and review system, let's take advantage of it. If you think that we were rather humorous and enjoyed the show, give us those 5 stars. If not, a little bit lower, let us know why. It help us to find out why we can, or ways that we can improve everything. And then, of course, share us with a friend. If you enjoy us, tell them. Be like, hey, you need to check this out. Give them a listen. It'll keep you entertained.
And don't forget to follow us on those social media pages. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all of them. And every week, just like always, we have a little picture that goes with each and every episode. That's completely made out of context to the name of the episode. So there's no telling what's going to happen here.
That's fair. That is fair. They can be either really on base or they can be really off base. It just depends what's going on.
And they always somehow work.
Yep. Very true.
Man, I can't wait to see potentially murder Himbo.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna forget about that. Listen, when you listen to this episode, I want everybody to put Murder Himbo in the show discussion in Discord, please and thank you.
Yes, please.
That'd be funny. That'd be very funny. So we have our typical theme of the week. I had a theme, but it kind of escaped me. So I want to go with some surprises that you have thrown on your party, or DMs have thrown on you as a party. I.e. the Queen Catherine. Something along those lines of where you learn an NPC is not what they originally appeared to be, or maybe more than they originally appeared to be.
Still not the biggest surprise you sprung on us.
God, what was the biggest surprise I've sprung then? We'll have to wait and see when this one comes out.
Some pretty big ones.
I'm curious now. I'm curious what you think are some of my better...
Not in the game. Not in this game.
Well, yeah. I'm curious what you think some of my best surprises I've thrown at you as a...
Oh, are you talking about the bunker?
Curious.
That one ended with a boom. If you want to know, ask us. Anyway, as always, we love you.
We love you.
As always.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
And goodbye.